Flicks Taco Tuesday movie review. I am the resident fat dude, Andy, coming to you recorded from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. It's still summertime. It still sucks. It's still hot. I've got the sock again to wipe off the sweat. I think I have a handkerchief. I think I have a handkerchief. I think I do. I'll be back. I do. Thank you, Random Christmas Gift 2013. Alright, it is hot as balls yet again. It's Tuesday, so it's time to do a movie review. I do have to tell you ahead of time, the goal here was to be able to review Okja, which is now currently streaming on Netflix. However, due to circumstances beyond my control, I was not able to watch Okja just yet, so I'll make sure I get to that soon. It might not be next week. I kind of have another thing in mind for next week, which I'll tell you about at the end of the episode. See how I got you to watch? Or scroll really fast to the end of the episode? It was worth a shot. And in celebration of its release on Blu-ray and DVD today, I'm going to review The Fate of the Furious. Without further ado, let's get right into it, shall we? Taco Bell again. It's cheap, and I'm cheap, and I'm in a hurry. So, The Fate of the Furious continues our adventure with our family, with this ragtag group of street criminals, former cops, whatever you want to call them, family. As they find themselves in yet another crazy adventure. This time, head of the family, Dom, played by Vin Diesel, is all twisted up. He has been led to a situation where he must betray his family, in order to help a criminal mastermind achieve world domination. No one knows why he did this, so the rest of the crew, family, has to enlist in the help of someone rather unsavory. Our 8th installment, it's more of the same. Let's talk about it for a little bit, shall we? So my problems with The Fate of the Furious is that it kind of twists everything that we've come to know and love about the Fast and the Furious series, and it's kind of just forgotten it. Earlier on, in another installment, Han is killed. Do you remember Han? Han was badass. Han was a cool guy. They killed him. It was super sad. It was a sad occurrence. Here, Han's dead. Oops. I don't care. Because they've enlisted the help of Jason Statham's Deckard character. Oh yeah. Do you remember him? How they spent the whole last movie trying to find him because he killed their friend? We'll forget about that now because we got other shit to worry about. You're taking a whole other movie and you're kind of forgetting your purpose just because Jason Statham looks cool on film. And don't get me wrong, Jason Statham does look cool on film, but not at the expense of the story. He was the bad guy. You can't just instantly make him the good guy and not at least bring up what has happened. And I get that is a concern that can be tied up in future installments, but taking this movie on its own, it's a hard rock. The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. But it's a hard rock to move. It's a hard rock to push out of the way and just kind of forget your entire plot points for the sake of some badass guy that you want to do some cool action sequences. He does have some badass action sequences in this film. Oh, especially near the end. It's dope. But despite the way that Jason Statham has been oddly integrated into the group, and it not really sitting super comfortably with you if you love these characters, he's got some badass action sequences. Spoiler alert, this is the third and final taco. This is taco number 3. But because it's The Fate of the Furious, I got the big ass double gordita, which still looks small in my hands, so that kind of defeats the whole dramatic purpose of him, wow, I'm going to eat a big ass taco for the third one because this movie's full of meatheads. It's still it's heavy. Look. So the other thing that's not so much wrong with this movie on its own What's wrong with the series? The series is getting tired. It's running out of ideas. Or it's doing this thing where it's coming up with ideas with no idea of a story. When did this get here? When did this get here? At what point did I get sour cream on my shirt? Are you watching this? You're like, oh, that guy got sour cream on his shirt. The series is tired. The series is running out of things to do. It's coming up with action sequence, but not with a story. And that's a problem. You can come up with all the cool ideas in the world, but if you don't have a story to tie it together, people aren't going to care as much. And I think that's the problem with this movie. Sequence on ice where there's a submarine on the ice and the cars are running away from a submarine, they came up with that before they even had a story for the movie. It's like, I want you to do this. The story can be second. And that's a problem. The story is secondary to the action set pieces. That's not good. That doesn't put the franchise in a good place. The rumors right now is that the F9, whatever that's going to be, people want to see it take place in space. Oh, that's hilarious. It is. It's funny. And it's ridiculous, which seems to be the natural progression of this series. Utter lunacy. But why? Why are they there? Why are they going to space? It does build a story, and it builds a story with some decent performances. I am in the minority of thinking that Charlize Theron was very good in this movie. After seeing her in Mad Max Fury Road, where she is an action-aggressive type character, seeing her kind of be the mastermind, the sit-in-a-chair villain who is thinking of things instead of doing, that's pretty cool. But she's also a character that I would like to see drive a car, because Furiosa. Come on. And sure, everybody else is just fine, but I think the secondary characters are not given as much to do. What this movie becomes is it's focused on two central points: the Vin Diesel storyline and the blossoming relationship between The Rock's character Hobbs and Jason Statham's Deckard. They don't get along. Will they? Won't they? It's cute. It's like Friends, except with muscles. There's that. Also, a problem I have with this movie is your movie is called The Fate of the Furious, and it's the 8th film in your franchise. Sure, they bill it as F8, but they are losing points because it's not the fate of the Furious. That would be hilarious. Just call it The Fate of the Furious. You put the F8 on the poster, as you can see right here. Just move the F8 down and put it in the title. Seems like a no-brainer. And this movie series has no brains. I love the Fast and the Furious series. I think it is mindless action that is just absolutely entertaining, and I love it for that. As the series is going along, it needs a little bit of work. If it's going to maintain interest, if it's going to keep people coming back, it's got to do something more than have big action sequences with a minimal story to tie it together. Maybe I was being too tough on it, but at the same time, it's okay to be too tough on it. I've loved at least half of the last 7 movies. I still want to be entertained. I'm here, I paid my money. Show me a good time. Fate of the Furious did show me a good time, just not as good as some of the other ones. So to wrap it up, I'm going to give the Fate of the Furious 3 tacos. As you can see, liked it, didn't love it. They got to do more if they want to keep me coming back, because they're going to keep coming back for a long ass time. As always, you can like me on Facebook at Fat Dude Digs Flicks, follow me on Tumblr at fatdudedigsflicks.tumblr.com. You can follow me on Instagram at fatdudedigsflicks. This is the weird one. Follow me on Twitter at fatdudeflicks. I like to tweet, I like to tumble, I like to Facebook, I like to Instagram. Follow me. I want to show you a good time. That was cheesy. You can also listen to my podcast. You can subscribe at Apple Podcasts or follow me on Stitcher. The podcast is, of course, Fat Dude Digs Flicks. I know, real original. And you're here. You're liking this video. You're watching it. Cool. Subscribe to me. Comment. Give me a thumbs up. Let's talk about movies. Let's keep the conversation going. We can talk about Fast and the Furious, the whole series. We can talk about this movie. We can talk about what movie you'd like to see next. Which brings me to my next point. The year is halfway over. You did it. You made it. Good for you. We've already seen half a year's worth of movies. At least 10 of those were pretty good. So for my next video of Fat Dude Digs Flicks, I'm going to talk about the 10 best movies of 2017 so far. Sure, by the end of the year, this will probably change. You probably won't see some of these movies on this list. But for now, I think they need to be recognized as 10 of the best movies of 2017. Knowing me, I'll probably also do honorable mention. I don't like limitations. I want to be my own man and do what I want to do, to an extent. So, again, The Fate of the Furious, 3 tacos, decent, not the best entry in the franchise. They're going to keep going, so they need to get back to where they need to make shit good again. Thank you again for watching this episode of Fat Dude Digs Flicks. I am the Fat Dude, Andy, and have a wonderful rest of your week.